Okay, the harder part. Touching a positive to a neutral. We know that if I take a charged object and I touch a neutral, they'll both get the same charge. If it started off as positively charged, the neutral will become positively charged. And all I'm showing here is what happens. So, before, during, and after. Before. Let's start off with my two objects. They're hardwired to have 8 pluses each, so they both have 8 pluses. The neutral object will have 8 pluses and 8 minuses. The positively charged object doesn't get pluses. It has the same 8. In order to have more pluses than minuses, you just have less minuses. The minuses can come and go. So let's give this 4 electrons. So it has 8 pluses and 4 minuses, so it actually has an overall plus charge. It's positive. When I touch them together, and again, this is where we remember, all that can happen is electrons are repelling each other because like charges repel, and they're simply going to where there are fewer electrons. So all of these electrons are still trying to get away from each other. It's even though they're balanced with the pluses, the electrons are still trying to get away from each other. Now that these two objects become one giant object, some of these can now travel over here. So what happens is 2 of these will indeed move over here. And now that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 electrons here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they've balanced. The pluses can't change, but the electrons redistributed, so now they're equal to having 6 on either side. We separate them, and we see here that we have 8 pluses still, always, and now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 negatives. So we still have extra pluses, so it's still positive. Here, I lost 2 electrons. And so instead of having 8 electrons, I now only have 6. And now I have more pluses than minuses, and so this is a positive. And again, all you have to remember is when I touch 2 objects together and one of them is charged, the other one gets the same charge. When I touch them, they both end up with the same charge. Only electrons can move. So basically, wherever there's more electrons, they travel to the side that has fewer electrons. So that's what's happening here. Positive touches a neutral. Some of the electrons moved over to the side that had less electrons, and now they both end up with positive charges.